Hi.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning. Respond.
Good
Good
morning,
morning,
sir.
sir.
Okay, man. Okay, good morning. Okay. Okay. My name is Aaron. I would love to, I would love to see people to see my face. I don't know. You are not allowed to turn on the camera. Gibson, can you help us turn on? I want to see. I want my face to be on. Good morning. I'm trying to ensure my face come on. Okay, look, while we are waiting for that to be done, we can start. My name is Dr. Aaron David, and I'll be the one anchoring this program for 2 Saturdays, starting from here. After this one, we have another one coming up on the next Saturday. The program is called ISO 9001. ISO 9001 is about quality management. ISO 9001 is about quality management. And ISO is one of the best practices in the world, talking about the best practice. So we want to learn about what we're going to do for these 2 Saturdays. We'll be learning, we'll be going through the best practice on how to manage quality. The best practice is involved on how to manage quality. And at the end of the program, which is coming up the next Saturday, I'm going to ask you we're going to agree a date where you take the online exam. The certification is coming from Switzerland. That's where the certification is coming from. It's from a body in Switzerland. But the program you are doing today, even though some people are surprised that the fee is very small, but it's actually a highly subsidized program, and it's called ISO 9001 Associate. ISO 9001 Associate is the foundational part of it. But even though the slide we're going to use is more elaborate, it goes beyond this. It goes beyond the foundation. But we see how we can close. How we can ensure that we close the program in 2 days. And you are expected. Okay, thank you for allowing me to see my face now. This is me. So I won't think it's AI that is talking. I want you to see my face. So you won't think that's AI that is talking. Okay. So at the end of the program, the concept of quality management will have been explained in detail, and then how to apply it also will be explained in detail. The concept or the framework is the same all over, whether you are working in pure water or you are working in IT, or you are working whatever way you are working. It's applicable in all. It's not left for you to apply it. We're going to be taking some applications, and then it's not left for you to start think about how you can apply it in your own area. If we're going to take 3 hours, somebody was asking, will there not be break? There will be break of 20 minutes in between, because most of us will be sitting down. Like me, I'm sitting down, and I need to ensure that I need to stretch myself. So after the 30 minutes, we go for a break of about 30 or 20 minutes, and we come back to ensure that we can see cope, because we're all adults. So that's how the program will be. And then 10 o'clock is 10 o'clock. Do you have anything you want to say? Do you have any question? You are free to ask now. Do you have any question? If I come over with the slide. Any question want to say? Okay, if there's no question, then we can start with the class. I'm going to come up with the slide, and then we kick up. I'm coming up with a slide now. Can you see the slide? I believe it's network issue.
Not yet.
Okay, I believe it should become. I've shared it. Let me stop and share again. Okay. It's on the platform. Why can't you check the platform? Check the platform. It's on the platform. He's on the platform. Have you seen the slide now?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. What is it? Please. Never. Log him up on his WhatsApp. I'm putting the thing on his WhatsApp. I don't log him on WhatsApp. I'm with two people. Just give me some time. This is what we would have done since yesterday. I'll put the link on his WhatsApp. The link is on WhatsApp. So it's open his WhatsApp. Hmm? Okay, you can see my slide now. So we're going to start. Now, welcome again. So we are looking at ISO 9000 training. I thought it's about quality management and how you can improve quality, how you can improve qualities. So we're going to look at how one can actually manage quality in an organization, or how one can audit quality or implement quality management. How you can audit quality or implement quality management. That's what they're going to look at now. So I want to just watch. I hope you can see my slide now. Is it? I hope it's scrolling. Does
Yes,
it move? Is it moving?
it is.
Okay. So where is your screen now?
ISO
What's your screen?
9001 training.
Okay, beautiful. Let's start. So we're going to look at the first we're looking at is this. Introduction to quality management. Under this topic, we'll be looking at what is quality management. What is quality management? See, what is called value creation. What is called value creation. To create value is very important if you want to sell your market. And then to also ensure compliance is also very important. So the essence of quality, one of the important essence of quality is to create value and also to ensure that you meet some certain criteria that you need to stay with if you want to be relevant in the market or into society when you are selling a product or a service. That's one of the beauty of quality. Quality refers to the degree to which a product, a service, or a process meet specified requirement or meet customer expectation or meet applicable standards. That's what quality is all about. And this is talking about two major things I've just talked about. Number one, creating value. Number two, ensuring that you are compliant in what you are doing and is meeting the best standard. That is what quality is all about. Quality is not only about producing a product without defect. That's not what quality is all about. But sometimes we think that what quality is all about is only what? Producing a product without defect. No, that's not it. It also includes meeting customer needs. If you agree with the customer that you are going to ensure you're going to minimize or zero downtime, as maybe as an IT personnel, you've agreed that you're going to go with your based on your SLA. SLA stands for service level agreement. On your SLA, you've agreed that it's going to have a zero downtime on the network, on the system you are using. If that's your agreement, if not, you have ensured, you must provide certain things that will ensure that that agreement stands. So meeting customer needs, that is the first, but that's one of those things, apart from producing without defect. The second one is providing consistent performance. Let people know you with something. Consistent performance. Let them know you with something. Providing consistent performance. Another thing that quality is also included is what? Ensuring reliability and safety. Ensuring reliability and safety. That you are producing something does not mean that the people should get injured. Or people should what? People should inhale toxic. So you must ensure there's reliability and safety. Then delivering value for money. Nobody wants to buy a substandard product. Even those that are poor, the poorest person, want something that is valuable. So whatever product or whatever thing you are delivering must meet value for money. Not only that, also, there are different regulatory agency around. The regulatory agency, the essence of the regulatory agency is to ensure that what you are producing is good for consumption, or the service you are rendering is okay for the people also, for the environment, for the society. So you must comply with legal and regulatory requirements. Comply with legal and regulatory requirements. After you have done all these things,
I've lost you. I don't know if it's just me. Hello? Hello? Miriam?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. I think I can't hear the moderator anymore, so I was trying to find out if it's a
I
problem
can't
from
hear you.
you can't hear too, Abi?
Yes, I can't.
Okay, so let's forward now.
My slide is coming. Okay, beautiful. Can you see the slide now?
Yes, I can see it, sir.
What is on the screen?
ISO 9001 training.
Okay. Come. So what's on your screen now? Where's your screen now? What is on this? It has gone off again.
That's a video of yourself, sir.
Okay, no, I'm coming. What's your screen now? I hope does it move?
Module 1.
Does it move? What did that say on the screen?
Understanding quality through examples.
Okay, beautiful. It's moving now. Let's continue. So what I was explaining, I'm just going to recap it. I said, what is quality? Quality refers to the degree to which a product, service, or process meets specified requirement, customer expectation, and applicable standard. And that said, it's not only producing product that does not have defect, it also includes what? Meeting customer needs, proving consistent performance, ensuring reliability and safety, delivering value for money, and then also complying with legal and regulatory requirements, and then consistent performance. Consistent performance. That's what is. It's not a one-off something. That okay, I'm doing something now, and then because they've accepted me. Okay, because they've accepted me, and because I'm doing something, then I should relax. No, I shouldn't relax. I must ensure that I'm still maintaining the momentum. The momentum is still highly what, but momentum is there. So that's what quality is all about. Quality management is all about. Now, let's move on. Now, understanding quality through examples. We want to look at it through example. Bottled water company. That's a company we're looking at now. A bottled water company consider quality when it's what? When it's safe, when it's quality requirement, safety, packaging, appearance, consistency, compliance, customer satisfaction. That's the quality requirement in the bottled water company. When we talk about safety, what are we talking about? We're talking about water is free from harmful bacteria and contamination. Bottle is properly sealed and does not leak. Water is clear and packaged attractive. That's appearance. Every bottle tastes and looks the same. That's consistency. Product meets health requirement. That's compliance. Customer trust and continue buying the product. That is customer satisfaction. So a bottle of water may look perfectly externally, but if it contains unsafe element of minerals or bacteria, it's considered a poor quality. Is it okay? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Now let's relate it to your own environment. Let's pick example. Assuming you're working in an IT setting, what is safety? What is packaging? What is appearance? What is consistency? What is compliance? And how will the customer be satisfied with what the service you are rendering in that IT environment? Now, let me give you a good example of quality about IT service environment. In an IT service environment, for example, there's what is called service level agreement. Service level agreement between you as an IT consultant and then the company you are supporting. Then what's what is called OLA? What is OLA? OLA stands for what? Operational level agreement. Operational level agreement is what? It's also between between the internal IT people and the service that end to the end users. So in the SLA, you will have stated what are those things that you are going to make available to your customers. And then in the same does apply to the OLA. So what you need to now do is to ensure that those things you stated in the SLA or the OLA, you are meeting them. If it's computer system, you are minimizing the downtime. You are minimizing the number downtime. If it's a networking, transferring stuff from one place to another place, you are also minimizing the network, the net downtime, or the elapsed time of transmitting from one location to another is being boosted to ensure faster transmission. So all these things are what you put in place so that the customer can be satisfied. That is quality of service. If there's attrition, you try to boost the attrition to ensure that the links are what? Effective, and the attrition is being what? Is being minimized. If the system is what? Is not responding promptly, you see how you can what? How you can rejig maybe the back end or the front end to ensure that what? That the system is responding perfectly. It's either whether we need to what? Increase the memory, or we need to increase the capacity of the server, or we need to build redundancy. Any of these methods can be put into place. So what you need to put in place to ensure quality in different areas is what quality is all about. Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Hello?
I can hear you are responding. We said
Hello?
yes, sir.
So when I
Yes,
say is it okay, just respond. If you're not getting it, okay, beautiful, beautiful. Now let's move on. So what is quality management? Now we've seen what is quality. Then what is quality management? We've seen what is quality and what is quality management now. Now, quality management is the coordinated activities used by an organization to direct, to control, and improve its processes to achieve consistent quality. Is what an organization put in place to ensure consistent quality, to ensure the desire, the need, the expectation of the customer is met. That is what quality management is all about. Or the government agency, you are compliance with government agency, or with respective what agency that is involved in monitor what you are doing. That is what quality management is all about. It's what the organization put in place to direct, to improve its processes to achieve consistent quality. So what does it involve? What does this management involve? It involves, number one, proper planning. Number two, assurance, quality assurance. Number three, quality control. And number four, quality improvement. Those are the four things that is involved. So when we say quality management, it ensures that quality is built into what you are doing rather than inspected only at the end. The moment you start doing something, you build quality into it rather than what? Inspecting at the end. That's what quality management is all about. Whatever you are doing, the process you are following from the beginning to the end, you build in what? Quality rather than what? Inspecting at the tail end. Let's move on. So let's take an example of a bottled water production. A bottled water company apply quality management as follows. What they do? Number one, planning. What's their planning? The planning is this. The company must establish requirement where water must meet drinking water standards. That's the first thing. The second thing is what? Bottle must have specific dimensions. The bottle they are using, the bottle must have specific dimension. Number three, the labeling of the bottle must contain correct information. Number four, the production must meet customer demand. This is the first that happen planning. So I want to be reasoning it with your own area now. we are talking about planning. What should I establish, or what will the company establish first in terms of planning? That's the first step. So the second thing is quality assurance. What do we do in quality assurance? We are still looking at bottle company as an example. The quality assurance is that the employees that are producing the water, they must maintain hygiene principles, employee hygiene procedures. In services, we say ethics. Ethics. What are the ethics that is involved in what you are doing? Employee hygiene procedure. That's the bottling company. The equipment maintenance, supplier approval process, and staff training. That is quality assurance. Staff training cut across all disciplines, all organizations. Very important. So that's number 2 step. Number 3, quality control. The company check the products that you produce by picking up some sample, testing water samples, checking the bottle is well sealed, inspecting the labels, measuring bottle volume. This is what you do when you're talking about quality control. Quality control. You test the water samples, you check the bottle seals, you inspect the labels, you measure the bottling volume, and that's what you do. If it is quality, after that, step 4 is quality improvement. Quality improvement is talking about analyzing problems and improving it. You company analyze problem and then improve it. What are the problems? You see, let me digress a little bit. Most of us, if you're IT people here, do you know why we have version 1, version 2, version 3 of different type of products? Or in a software, version 1 like this, version 2 like this in software. The reason why we have version 1, version 2 is that once the software is developed, it's tested to ensure that the software is working. And then the owner of the software release into the market. And once they release to the market, they will put version 1 on it, or version 01, or version 00. Then they will get feedback from the end users. The feedback they got from the end users is what they are now going to use to get another version of the software. So a software does not have a single version. It moves. It's a kind of a revolution, version deep. And that's why I find out that in most software, there's different version of them. The reason is because there's always a continuous improvement on the software to meet the customer needs. That's what quality improvement is all about. So in a bottle environment, like what example we are giving now, if customer complain about leaking bottles, investigation will be carried out. Bottle cap are not sealing properly. They will look at the root cause. Why is it not sealing properly? If it takes a longer time for us to get a response from a computer software, we have to look at why. And then look at the root cause. Is it that the interface is not good? Is it that the back end is not giving us what we want? Is it that we need to increase the capacity of the storage? Is it that the network is having an issue? Is it that the router is a problem? You look at the root cause. The same way you look at the root cause here when you're talking about water production. Filling machine pressure is incorrect. That's the root cause of this. Then after you find out the root cause, you improve on it, take an action. Adjust the machine setting. Train the operators. Increase inspection frequency. I hope you are following me.
Yeah.
Hello?
Yeah.
And I want you to be putting into your own discipline. Then the next one is quality assurance versus quality control. Although they are related, quality assurance and quality control have different purpose, even though they look related. Quality assurance is preventive approach. That's what quality assurance is all about. Preventive approach that focus on improving processes so defects do not occur. We call it preventive approach. Quality assurance preventive. Take for example, quality assurance will ask a question like this: are we using the right process to produce quality products? Are we using the right processes to produce? That's what quality assurance will do. Example is what? Developing procedures. There's what is called SOP, standard operating procedures. Each person will develop what they need to do. Employee training, supplier evaluation, internal audit, process documentation, equipment collaboration. These are quality assurance activities. Are we using the right processes to produce quality products? That's what quality assurance does. Then, in the bottled environment, the bottled water environment, take for example, the company established water treatment procedure by following the following steps: receive raw water, filter the impurity in the water, apply purification process, test the water quality, fill the bottles. The company ensures that the process is controlled before production begins. This is what quality assurance does. Let's move on. Then what is quality control? Because sometimes we look similar, but they are not. Quality control is detective approach. Quality control is what? Detective approach. That is what? Identify defects after or during production. That's what you are doing when you are doing quality control. Identifying defect after or during production. Take for example, does the final product meet quality requirements? Maybe you're into software. Maybe you're into networking. Does what you have produced now, does it meet the final requirement? Are the customer satisfied? Is it delivering? Is deliverable acceptable? Is deliverable meeting the demand? If deliverable is not meeting the demand, then something is wrong with the quality. Example is what do you do in quality control? We do product inspection. We do laboratory testing. We do measurement. We pick sampling. We look at defect identifications. This is what we do under quality control. Now we're still looking at example. Quality control in a bottled water, by example. We're looking at quality control inspectors tests. What do they do as inspector in a water environment? Although I'm using water as an example here, and I believe that was going to be most of my example. But you can also relate it to your own. Water testing, you look at the pH level. You look at the microbiome content. You look at the chemical composition. Then the packaging inspection, what do you do there? You check whether the bottle cracks, whether the cap sealing, whether there's a label accuracy, whether there's a correct filling quantity. So if 5 bottle face inspection out of 1,000 you produce, the company investigate the cost. That is what quality control does. I hope you are following me.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yes, we are following.
Now, what is the difference between quality assurance and quality control? Now, quality assurance is preventive. Quality control is detective. Quality assurance is improve processes. Quality control checks product. Quality assurance happen before defect occur. It is being proactive. Quality assurance is after or during production. That one happens. We do it. Quality assurance is system oriented. Quality control is product oriented. Quality assurance is where you create procedures. As I mentioned something called SOP, a laid down procedure that people follow to carry out their function. So when they follow that procedure, if you want to operate a machine, for example, there's a procedure. If you want to do something, there's a procedure. And they follow that procedure. So you are being proactive. They try, they won't miss anything out. But quality control is what? It's perform what? Perform inspections. Perform inspections. Example, a restaurant will train a chef on food safety procedures. That's what happened. Many years ago, I traveled to Egypt. I'll give you an example now. I want to give you an example. The cleaners, to ensure that we don't slip and fall down, you know what they did? They put a sign all over that this ground is wet. Be careful. This ground is wet. Be careful. This ground is wet. That's a typical example of being proactive. The proactive measure. It's actually tells you what happened. Free said also I came back from Ghana. We went to a particular place at the back of an ocean, a big ocean, a sea. Before we climbed the staircase, we already been given some brief about the staircase, the working of the staircase. These are what they call being proactive. You are a customer there. You come to look at something there. You come to look at the museum or whatsoever. There are preventive measures put in place to ensure that you are going out of this place, you are being as paramount. So these are what happened. Training chair of food safety procedure. That's quality assurance. Being proactive. You put it on ground. What need to be done. For quality control is what? Checking whether prepared food meets standard before serving customers. Checking whether prepared food meets standard before serving customers. So one is proactive, one is reactive in nature. Is it okay?
Yeah.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Now, the next one is quality improvement. What is quality improvement? Quality improvement, the continuous effort to enhance products. Quality improvement is continuous effort to enhance. Let me give a good example. Individuals, I just want to deviate a little bit. Individuals need quality improvement. The same thing also applies. Product also needs quality improvement. An individual that is not improving his or herself is dead. If you are in an organization and you are not improving yourself, you only know it's only the thing you brought there that you know, then the person is not going to be functional. There should be an improvement in your whatever you are doing. And that is why in Nigeria, for example, now, not only in Nigeria, it's all over the world, they create agencies that looks about what they bring out the best out of their staff, out of the employers, out of their staff. They bring out the best out of them, so that it's not only what they know, so that they can get the best out of them. And the only way you can get the best is through improvement, through training. I'm just digressing. So if you're an individual, you need continuous effort to enhance your knowledge in what you know, because the world is not static. The world is dynamic, and your profession is also evolving. The same thing we do as an individual to improve our career, to improve ourselves. The same thing also we do to products and services. And that's why you find out that a particular product in a particular year changes. And how that product also behave also changes. It's because there's a need for what? They are making improvement on that particular product. So quality improvement, the continuous effort you put to enhance products, service, or process to achieve better performance than what they were doing before. So organization improve what? They reduce error. When organization improve by what? Reducing errors. They increase efficiency. A particular product may not be so good now, but by the time that product is coming up the next year, it's better than what it were before. It lower costs. It improves customer satisfaction. It eliminates waste. Let me give one for an example. Yesterday, I've not been around for some time, and I've not used Google Meet. Yesterday, I said let me sign to Google Meet. I found out that Google Meet have changed their background. They now look like Zoom. That's the way they look like now. They look like Zoom. So that means on a daily basis or maybe monthly, they are thinking about improvement. I was even looking for, I wanted to create a class. I was looking for where to create a link. I was a little bit for about 2 or 5 minutes. I was dazed on the platform. It was one of us here that actually helped me out, that bailed me out. Because the screen eventually changed, and it's an improvement. It's an improvement. So these are what is called quality improvement. And that's in Nigeria, for example, what I noticed in Nigeria is that the moment we get NAFDAC approval, we stop improving. We stop improving our product. We start improving what you have. But that shouldn't be like that. It should be, the continuous improvement should be what? Continuous. So that we can be able to what? Eliminate waste, make the customer happy, create value, lower cost, increase efficiency, and then minimize errors. Let's move on. And this is what we do when we are doing continuous improvement. We adopt this man's principle. This man here is called Edward Deming. The owner of this principle is called Shewart. But eventually Edward Deming make it pronounced Edward Deming. It talks about 4 major things. Number 1, plan, do, check, act. And that's what is even applicable in most of the best practices or framework. PDCA, circle, plan, do, check. Promote ISO 9001, promote PDC approach by Edward Deming. It talks about plan. What is planning? Identify a problem and develop a solution. That's planning. See, in most of the time, we always assume when customer complain is bad. No. When customer complain, it's a good thing for us to rejig our procedure of what we are doing. Customer complain about damaged bottles. Then what do? Implement improvement on the bottle so that the thing will not be there again. Example, change the bottle packaging design. That is plan. Do. Check. Measure results. That's check. Example, compare complaints before and after improvement. Compare both of them that we are doing. Are we there? The question, are we there? Are we there? So you compare the complaint before and after improvement. The act. What is act? Act means standardized successful improvement. Adopt new package method permanently. The one that is working, adopt it permanently. So example, let's go to a bottled water company now. Bottled water improvement. The problem, customer complain that the bottles are difficult to open. That's what they are complaining about. That's the problem. So what are we going to do? We'll review the bottle cap design. That's the plan. We'll review the bottle cap design. Number 2, we test a new cap design. That's do. We check if it's working. We survey the customer mind. And then we try to what? Make it permanent. We check whether it's working. And if it's working, we try to make it permanent. Is it okay? Use the improved cap design for all products. Are you with me?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's come back. Let's go. Then number 5, evolution of quality management. How did this start? Who was behind it? Who started it? And who are those who behind it? It started 1900 series. And it started by what called inspection era. That's 1900. What are they doing that time? Finding defective product after production. The approach they were using, what they were expecting, and workers check finished product and remove defective item. It has some limitation. The limitation of product are discovered too late. So this is not proactive. It's being reactive. It's better when the product is produced, we now start checking it. And so sometimes there's a lot of defects. Problem are discovered too late. The second thing is, the second era was between 1930 and 1950s. We have what we call quality control era. What was the focus that time? They were trying to control production process. That's what they were trying to do. Using statistical method, using sampling techniques. Factory will maybe this is what you've planned, and then this is what you see. Then we look at the production variation. So we can say the era is where we compare the variations between what we planned and what we are seeing on ground. Then there's a stage, the third stage that comes, 1950 to 1980s. They're talking about quality assurance era. The quality assurance era here talking about preventing defect through systems. This is being what? Proactive now. Proactivity is start coming up now. Preventing defect through system. Organization introduce procedures. They will introduce documentations. They introduce quality systems. And the company develops standardized production processes that even though you are not there, somebody can pick it up and look at it and know what needs to be done. That is what we call quality assurance era. That is 1950 to 1980s. Then in stage 4, in the 80s to today, what is happening? We've moved from inspection era. We've moved from quality control era. We've moved from quality assurance era to total quality management. Total quality management. And what is the focus of total quality management? Is that everyone, just like we talk about safety, everyone is responsible for quality. It's not just the management, it's not just the production sector, everyone. So everyone is for quality. The principle here is that we want to satisfy the customer. We want to make the customer happy. We want to create value. We want to ensure that we are compliance. And because we want to make customer happy, we want to create value, we want to ensure that we want to ensure we are compliance, then there must be customer focus. All employee hands must be on deck. And then there must be what we call continuous improvement. So example, employee from production, sales, and customer service collaborate to improve customer service. So we're not saying it's the work of production. No. You may not be in production, you may be in sales. You don't say it's the work of production. Customer service are saying like that. No. Everybody collaborates to ensure that the customer service is what? Experience. Collaboration improve customer experience. That's what happened. That's what you are doing now. Total, everybody hands on deck. Is it okay? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, it's okay.
Beautiful. Let's move on. Now, with stage 5, that we're looking at is the quality management system. The mother organization use ISO 9000. See, ISO is a body in US. And then they are the one, they are the one, we've looked at stage 4, total quality management. That's 98 to 90 present. In stage 5 is what ISO preaches now. There is an organization that's come out and have different framework for different activities. We have for information security, we have for safety, we have for different type of profession that people go into. They have a framework. So it's a model organization use ISO to create structured quality system based on that framework. Based on that framework, and it has been accepted worldwide. And that is why if an organization have an ISO 9000, a foreign body, the global world, we want to do business with you because they believe that whatever you are doing there is in tandem to what? To the global standard. If it's water you are producing, they will assume that your water is clean and perfect. Why? Because you have ISO certification. If it's IT service you are rendering, they believe that your IT services you are rendering is also free of flaw, or the flaw can be minimized. If it is whatever product you are producing, it shows that the processes are well managed. It's a risk-based thinking. Customers are satisfied. And there's always room for what? Improvement, whatever you are doing. That is what ISO 9001 does. What are the benefits of ISO standards? ISO standard provide organization with international recognition. That's what I'm saying now. If you have it, you are recognized worldwide as an organization, as an individual. The first benefit is that it helps an organization understand and meet customer requirements. Example, a manufacturing company track customer compliance and improve defective product. Was it not early this year? A new company to enter into the oil and gas industry, and then the lawyer, somebody introduced me to the lawyer, one of their lawyers. I went into one of their lawyers. They want a lot of certification. They want ISOs. Why? Because those are the prerequisites before they can enter the oil and gas industry. Oil and gas industry. They need that. They want their staff, or the company also. They want the company to also have it. before they can operate. And one of them is ISO. One of those ISO 9001 is one of those things they ask for. Even there are a lot of them, but one of the things they ask for is ISO 9001. So a manufacturer company track customer complaints and improve defect product. Result: most satisfied customer will increase customer loyalty to your product. It will increase customer loyalty. That will be the result if the customers are satisfied. Another benefit is this. If you have any question, ask me later. Let us continue the class. Remember, just chatting me up. Let's continue with the class. You can ask questions much later. Much later, you can ask questions. There will be room for questions. Number 2 benefit is that consistent product and service quality. That's another benefit. ISO standard creates standardized processes. Like, take for example, a pharmaceutical company ensure that every medicine batch meet the same quality requirement. That's the quality. Number 3, it reduces error and waste. That's another benefit. ISO encourage organization to identify problem earlier. A factory reducing material waste by improving production process. And that benefit is that better operational efficiency. Things are well defined, things are measurable, you can control things. Then it also helps you to not to fall into government or agency problem or legal problems. I'll give one example. Many years ago, if most of us are aware of that, there's something that happened in Kaduna, either Kaduna or Kano, where Pfizer injected some people with some vaccines, and there were crises. And eventually, they have to do what? They have to now compensate those people after they've gone to court. That shouldn't have happened if they follow the best practice or they follow the best procedure. But the issue is that they did not follow the best practice, and they have to implement things they should have implemented human on human, and then and eventually leads to legal things. It affected the human being they use it on, and it leads to legal something. So I say organization mean legal requirement, industrial regulation, and also customer requirement. A good company follow food safety regulation through documented procedures, and that's it. That will help you to come out of problem. And that benefit is that it increases business opportunities. Many organizations require suppliers to have ISO certification. So I'm saying now, if you want to deal with top organizations or global organizations with your ISO certification as a company, they can relate with you. They can give you contracts. Even as an individual, like what you are doing now, you want to get a certification and you want to work in an organization, they will first talk to you because they know you have an ISO certification before talking to other people, especially when quality is a paramount thing in their activities. Let's move on. It gives you global importance. That's another benefit. Why does ISO 9000 matters? It gives you international recognition as a company, as an individual also. A company certified in one country can demonstrate quality capability internationally. It's not only local, it's not a local thing. A Nigerian engineering company with ISO 9000 certificate can compete with international projects. It gives what is called supply chain confidence. It improves trade opportunities. It gives you what is called risk reduction. Comprehensive case study here. Let's look at this case study. I'm still using water as an example. Let's look at this case study. Bottled water company applying for ISO 9001. This is a company. They want ISO certification. They want the certificate. They want to get ISO. The name of the company is called ABC Pure Water Limited. They produce 100,000 bottles of drinking water daily. The company faces the following thing. These are what they are facing. Customer is complaining about leaking bottles, inconsistent water taste, production delays, increased waste. Management decided to implement ISO. so that they can be able to get global recognition, so that their customer can get value for what they are doing. So what are we to do now? The first thing is what? What is the first step? The first step, if you want to implement ISO 9000, is to understand the customer requirement. The first thing to do is to understand the customer. What does the customer want? What does the customer want? What is their requirement? The second thing is to identify the process of delivery. What the process of delivery? What the process of delivery? What the process of delivery? The third thing is to identify what quality objective. What's our objective? You can put them in what they call the KPI, key performance indicator. You can put them in figure form. Like you see on the screen now, it says to reduce customer complaint by 40%, to achieve 99% product conformity, to reduce production waste by 20%. Is that your quality objective? You must have an objective, and you put them in figure. When you put them in figure, you now be looking at that to measure up your quality. If you are below what you put in figure, you know you are not doing well. If you are within and ahead of you, you know you are doing well, and you can see improve better. That's what quality objective does. Then look at the process control. The company introduced water testing procedures, the machine maintenance schedule, employee training, inspection checklist. And the fifth one is what? You monitor and improve. You check. You review the customer complaint. Is it better now? You look at the defect. You audit your results. And then you look at the employee performance also. Then, after that, the result, after you have done the following thing, the result of the ISO 9001 implementation is that before ISO 9001 implementation, 500 customer complaint per month, 5% defect bottles, high production waste. But when you now get it now, when you get the certification, complaint to reduce. We are not saying you're going to eliminate it too, because a human can still make mistakes. From 500 go to 1%. The customer will have more confidence in you. It will increase sales. So this is what happens when you implement ISO 9000. Now let's look at the summary, and then we'll go for a short break. The summary is this: quality management is about creating systems that consistently about. ISO 9001 provide organization with a structured approach based on prevention, process control, risk management, and continual improvement. So use a bottle company as an example. Use ISO 9001. Does not simply inspect finished product. It creates a complete quality system covering suppliers, employees, production system, testing, customer feedback, and continuous improvement. Any question? If you have any question, I'm free to ask now. You can ask now. Those questions you are testing to me. Good morning. Can the certificate be issued for organization? Yes, but the different from the one issue for organization is different from the one you are doing now. Organization will be having their name, and then there will be proper, before you can issue a certificate of ISO 9000 to an organization, they will come to the organization and do a little survey. And after that, they will tell you, they will give you an SOP of what you have to be doing based on ISO. If you meet the requirement, after the second audit, then they will give you a certificate that the company is what? ISO 9001 certified. But the one you are doing now is for individual. So at the end of this program, if you pass the exam, then you'll be given what? An ISO 9001 associate certificate. The foundation part that you are compliant. I hope I've answered that question. Somebody send it to me on the WhatsApp. Any question?
Yeah.
Any question?
Yes. I want to ask.
If there's no...
Can I go ahead? Can I go ahead? Okay. My question.
You are free. Go ahead.
Okay, my question is,
Your
I want
name
to ask
first,
two
your name.
questions. My name is Ogenewoke
Your
Ijere.
name. Your name.
Ogenewoke Ijere is my
Okay.
name. Okay, the question I want to ask is the last part of this
Okay,
lecture you
Ogene.
delivered.
I'll call you Ogene.
Okay, so you said for the ISO 9001 implementation, there are some steps
Okay,
that were listed.
what happened? Like you did not see it properly.
You can't hear me. You can't hear me. You can't hear.
Yes. I can
So
hear
what should
you.
Okay, so I said for the ISO
I can hear
9000.
you.
Okay, I said for the
I can
ISO.
hear.
Okay, I'm talking now. If you can hear me, I'm talking. I said for ISO 9001 implementation, there are 5 steps that you listed.
I'm hearing you.
But I'm talking.
I'm
If you are
hearing
hearing me, I'm talking.
You are talking. I'm hearing
Then okay,
you.
just let me land, sir. Okay. I said the first step there is understanding customers' requirements. The second step, you said process identification. I was thinking the third step was supposed to be the second step. Say quality objectives should be determined before we start thinking about process identification to try to eliminate or to reach meet the customers'
Continue
requirements.
talking.
I'm done. If you are hearing me, I'm done. Like you are not hearing me. I think you are not hearing me. Hello? Obviously not hearing me. Hello? Can other people hear me, please?
Again,
Yes, sir, we
Yes,
can
we
hear
can hear you now. We can hear
But
you.
I'm talking, sir, but you keep saying I'm hearing you, and you seem not to be.
I'm hearing you.
Okay, let me come again. I say for ISO 9001 implementation that you taught last, you
I can
listed
hear
some
you.
steps. You listed some steps. The first one is Jesus Christ.
I also hear you.
Then you didn't answer the question. I've asked the question. So let me come again. I was thinking, you first step, you say understanding customers' requirements. The second step is process identification. The
You've
third
not
step
complete
is
now. Conclude your.
I've concluded.
Conclude.
Let me come again. The conclusion I'm asking is this. Quality objectives. I was thinking the quality objectives should be step 2 before
See, we're
process
having.
identification.
Let me. Ogene,
Yes.
let me say something. Can you just mute your mic? Mute your mic.
I mute my mic. Will you hear me?
Mute your mic. Can you mute your mic? We're having issue with the network. You guys hear that? My own network is bad. One of those is not reachable. I've had what you want. Can you just mute your mic? I'm hearing you. Just listen. What you are saying is that the arrangement is supposed to be objective. Objective should have been up to before the. You can arrange it the way you want to arrange it. Objective can even come before what I mean, it's 11:30 then. Huh? Right. So, let me just straighten up everything. If we are going by 11:30, I hope we are not sleeping yet. It's a lot. It's a lot. Okay, my dad is here. Hello? Hello, we're back. Are you back? Hello? Hello?
Yes.
Ngozi, are you there?
We are
Dipsy, are you
there.
there? Elijah, are you there?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
Ogene? Okay, I was asking you. Okay, beautiful. Now, I've changed the network again. Let's see how far we go. I believe it's better now. Now, I wanted to answer your question, Ogene. Based on this slide, the arrangement depends on you.
Okay.
If you're the person that before we start implementing ISO, the first thing that comes to the back of that comes first is the customer. Then the number 3 quality can be part of your planning, which is objective. So you can rearrange it, but the most important thing is that we cover what we need to cover in the content. Is it okay?
Right. Yeah. Thank you, sir.
Is it okay?
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you. You're welcome. Okay. Now let's move on now. And another question. Somebody else asked one question like that. Hold on, I'm checking let me just check this. Somebody test a question also. Let me see. Or somebody is asking a question. If you fail the exam, what does he? If you fail the exam, why are we talking about failing now? Somebody said, can the certificate be okay? No. Somebody said if you fail the exam. I don't know. Yes, I saw something about failing somewhere.
Yeah, yes, that's true. It's me that asked it. Will you be given a second chance to rewrite?
No, you don't begin a second chance, but I don't think you fail. Let's leave about fail. You won't fail there. Nobody will fail. All of us can read here, am I right? All of us here can read. Am I right?
Yes,
Since
sir.
all of us can read, I don't think we can fail the exam. Since all of us can read and we can read and we can retain something in our brain when we read it, I don't think nobody will fail the exam. So what I want us to do now is to understand the concept. Let us understand the framework and see how we can apply the framework. Then the passing exam is not difficult. So far everybody in this place can read something. So I don't think you're going to have issue passing the exam. Passing the exam is not a difficult thing. Have I answered that one?
Yes, sir.
I'm going to give you for you to take the exam. I'm going to give area you're going to cover. Area the exam they will ask question on the exam, and then you take that's what's going to happen. So I'm going to give you areas that they will ask you questions for the exam. So based on that is what we are going to use. So that's why I say once you can read, so don't fear about passing the exam. You pass the exam. Let's go back to our slide now. So we're going to start now. I want to start again. I'm coming. Let's start now. Now we've looked at the steps of implementation. Now we'll look at the summary. So we're going to the second part of it now. Went off again. Hello. So we're looking at overview of ISO. I hope you can see my slide. Do you see my slide? Hello?
Yes, I can see.
Can you read what's on the slide for me?
ISO 9001 overview.
Okay, beautiful. Thank you. Now, this is ISO 9001 overview, a framework for quality management. It's an international globally recognized standard for quality management system. It helps organizations consistently meet customer and regulatory requirements. Hence, customer satisfaction and drive continual improvement. That's the concept of ISO. What is ISO? As I've said to you, what is ISO 9001? It's the world's most widely used quality management system standard. It provides a structured approach to manage process, to reduce risk, to improve efficiency, and deliver product and service that meet customer needs. And we talked about the benefit before. It improves customer satisfaction, it increases efficiency and productivity, consistent quality of product or services, better risk management, stronger supplier relationship, enhanced reputation and credibility, support business growth and compliance. And the key principles are these. These are what we're going to talk about this as we move into the slide. Customer focus, leadership, engagement of people, process approach, improvement, enhanced evidence-based decision making, relationship management. And then how ISO works. There's always an input, there's a processing, and there's an output. Input comes from customer needs, comes from requirements, comes from resources and information you've gotten, and then you feed it into the quality management system process. It gives you output. The output also can be worked upon. I want to talk about feedback and improvement. You get feedback from the customer or from the product or service you are rendering, and that can also be channeled back as what? As part of input, and then it goes back again. So ISO has clauses. We have clause 1, clause 2, clause 3, clause 4, clause 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9, and 10. All these clauses, we're going to look at them. And then we're going to also see how practical examples of how it's being used. Let's move on. Now, we've talked about history before. ISO is an independent, non-governmental organization that develops standards to improve quality, safety, efficiency, consistent across industries worldwide. It's not only they have and they are based in Geneva. They have a lot of ISO. We have a lot of sites. If you go with on the net, you have different type of ISO that this organization has put in place, but they number them, and they also improve them. Also, they work on it based on the dynamics of the society of the world. It was established in 1947. ISO developed standards as what? They have a standard for manufacturing, they have standard for health and care, they have standard for banking, they have standard for construction, they have standard for information technology, they have standard for education, they have standard for food processing, they have standard for logistics, they have standard for government services. That's what how their standard is. ISO 9000 has evolved to reflect changing business and modern management practices. It started, the first edition was 1987, and it moved. We have 1984, then we have 2000, then we have 2008, and then we have 2015, what you are using now. What was ISO 9000 update? This is what they put, what was updated. Business environment have changed significantly over the years. Organizations now face what they call global competition, which is right. We have global competition. We face what we call digital transformation. It's also right. We have complex supply chains. Quite right. We have higher customer expectation. Beautiful. We have new regulatory requirement. Nice also. So the 2015 version was designed to help organizations respond to these challenges by integrating quality management into everyday business operation. So what you're looking at now is 2015 version of ISO 9001. And these are the things that were upgraded in it. Now, practical example, evolution of furniture manufacturer. Let's look at it. A furniture manufacturer in 1990 mainly inspects finished chairs and tables. Defective items were discarded after production. But with ISO 19012, 9001, 2015 version, the company can now do the following. Based on the current ISO, they can evaluate suppliers before purchasing wood. They can train employee on production method. They can look at maintaining machinery regularly. They can monitor production at every stage. They can collect customer feedback. They can review customer data to derive continual improvement. So we can say the 2015 is more agile than the previous version. It's more agile in nature because you get continuous feedback from the customer. So we can say it's more agile than the previous version. So fewer defects, it reduces waste, lower costs, and happier customers. So these are the result of what happened with the 2015 version. Now, what are the structural ISO standards? I've explained to you, many ISO management standards, system standards now follow a common structure, making them easier to implement. Example, these are different ISOs. We have the quality management, we have the environmental management, we have occupational health and safety, we have information security, we have food safety. This common structure allows organizations to integrate multiple management systems. So an organization can have ISO 9001, and it can also have ISO 14001, and it can also have ISO 45001, and it can also have ISO 27001, and it can also have ISO 22000. All these are basically what? They are well structured so that we can be able to tailor them together and use them in an organization. So you can have an organization have more than one based on the need of the organization or where they want to go. Now, ISO clauses. This is what we want to talk about now. The first one is scope. Second one, talk about nominative, terms and divisions, contents of the organization, leadership, planning, support, operation, and performance evaluation. Let's look at it. The first three clauses provide background information. That's the first three clauses that you have. It provides background information. Clauses 4 to 10 contain requirements the organization must implement. That's what 4 to 10 talk about. And that's why we're going to look at 10 to in this content, we're looking at 4 to 10. Because that's what organization must implement. The first three clauses provide background information. So background information about the organization. But from 4 to 10 contain what ISO demand that the organization must implement. And it's the same framework. So the clause 4 talk about identify the patent, regulator, and insurance provider as interested parties. Clause 5 is about hospital management establish a quality policy focused on patient patient care. Clause 6 plan to reduce medication error by 30%. Clause 7, I'm talking about implementing ISO. In the first one we talk about water bottling company. Now we're talking about hospital now. And this is how we can implement in hospital. A hospital apply ISO using the following clauses. Clause 7 talk about training nurses and maintain medical equipment. Clause 8 talk about deliver healthcare service according to documented procedure. Clause 9 talk about monitor patient satisfaction and conduct internal audit. Clause 10 talk about investigate incident and implement actions. So these are the clauses. So the high-level structure is, what is high-level structure? It's a standardized framework used for all modern ISOs, whether it's security, whether it's environmental, we call them high-level structure. It ensures consistency in terminology, clause, numbering, and management system environment. The benefit of HLS is that easier integration of multiple ISO standards, reduced duplication of documentation, simpler employee training, consistent management practices, and also improve organizational efficiency. Now let's look at this practical example. We're looking at a situation whereby a company is implementing three things together here, three ISOs. A manufacturing company is certified to be what? 9001 ISO, which is quality, 14001, which is environment, and then 45001, which is health and safety. So instead of maintaining three separate systems, the company developed one integrated management system with shared processes for internal audit, management review, document control, corrective action, risk management. This saves time and reduce paperwork, and it improves what? Coordination. Now let's go back to our PDCA again. PDCA cycle. PDCA is a continuous improvement model provided by ISO 9001. Talk about plan. And what is plan? Identify a problem or opportunity and develop a solution. Example, a bakery received complaint that bread is stale. What do? You investigate the storage condition. You review the production schedule. Set a target to reduce the complaint by 50%. And that's what to do. That's the plan what to do. Then do. You implement the plan changes. That's do. The bakery. Introduce better packaging. Change storage procedure. Train employee on handling fresh products. Check. Measure whether the changes achieve the desired result. That's what they check. The bakery compare customer complaint before and after implementing the changes. They act. If successful, standardize the improvement. If not, reverse the plan and repeat the cycle again. So the example is this. The baker adopt the new packaging process across all the branches. Now, a complete practical example, we're looking at hotel example here now, hotel example. In an hotel example, we found out that guests complain about slow check-in times. Slow check-in times. That's what they complain. So what do we do? Plan. Reduce average check-in time from 20 minutes to what? 8 minutes. That's the plan. Do. Install an online pre-registration system and train reception staff. Third thing you do, check. Measure average check-in time for 1 month. Collect guest feedback. Act. Standardize the new process. Continue monitoring performance and make further improvement if needed. 5. We're looking at the risk-based method, risk-based thinking now. We've looked at this, the plan and do. What is risk-based thinking? Because in everything you do, there will be risk. Risk-based thinking means identifying potential risk and opportunity before they affect the organization. Instead of reacting to the problem after they occur, organization proactively manage risk. So you do a risk assessment also while you are doing this. You identify the risk. You assess the likelihood of the impact it's going to have on the product, on the service. Decide on the action to address them and monitor the effectiveness of those actions. Now, practical example here for a risk-based, if you want to use a risk-based method. Food processing company. What is the risk? Power failure during production could spoil perishable products. What are the potential consequences? Product contamination, financial loss, customer complaint, damage to reputation. So what control can we put in place? Install a backup generator. Schedule preventive maintenance. Monitor electricity supply. Develop emergency procedures. Practical example, this is a university example also. Students may submit assignment late because the online learning system becomes unavailable. What can we do? Maintain backup servers. Perform routine system maintenance. Notify the student of planned outage. Provide alternative submission method during emergencies. So these are what happens in the university environment. Let's look at process approach that we can also use to actually manage quality. The process approach view an organization as a set of intercontinental processes rather than isolated departments. Each process has input, activities, output, resources, responsibility, performance indicator. So the output of one process often becomes the input of another process. That is what happens in the process approach of the process. So we can have input, activity, output, customer feedback, and then the next one is what? Improvement. Call it generative process model. Practical example of what I just put now. Recruitment process. This is HR. What are we going to? Number one, the input report, approve vacancies, job description, recruitment project budget. Then the activities will be put in place. The expected output will be a competent new employee. Then the next one is customer hiring department. Performance indicator will be put there. And this is an example of a recruitment process. Then a car manufacturing example. Instead of inspecting the complete car only, quality is built to every stage of the production. Instead of inspecting the completed car only, we can build quality to every stage of the production. Stage one would be what? Supplier selection. Inspect, see quality. That's where you start from. Approve only qualified supplier. Number 2, component manufacturing. Measure dimension of engine parts. Calibrate machine regularly. Step 3, assemble. Verify that bolts are tight. The bolts are tight to specified tongue. Inspect electrical connection. Step 4, painting. Measure paint thickness. Check for scratches or uneven coating. Number 5, final inspection. Conduct road tests. Test the brakes, the light, the steering, and the safety system. By controlling quality throughout the process, defects are detected earlier. It reduces rework and it improves customer satisfaction. This is a practical example. Now let's look at a comprehensive practical example of a bottled water, our previous bottled water company. Traditional approach. This is what you do. Traditional approach. End of the line inspection. A company produces 50 bottles of water each day. Only at the end of production are the bottle inspected. This traditional method. Inspection revealed 2,000 bottles were leaking. 500 bottles have incorrect label. 300 bottles contain less than the required volume. So this defective product must be reworked or discarded, resulting in wasted materials, increased costs, production delay, and dissatisfied customer. This is what happens when there's no quality. But when there's quality, this is what's going to happen. This is what you do. Instead of relying on final inspection, the company controls quality throughout the production process. Supplier will verify the water quality certificate. We inspect the bottle and the cap upon delivery. We treat the water treatment. We fill in. We check that procedure. Capping, we check it. Labeling, we check it. Packaging is check. Distribution. So from the beginning to the end, when the product becomes tangible, we build in what? Quality. That's what is called process approach. Process approach. Is it okay? Hello? Hello? Hi.
Hi, we are here.
Okay, because you're quiet on me. Now, result after implementing ISO, this is what's going to be. Before ISO 9001, we're going to have issue with final inspection only. When you implement ISO, we're going to have quality control at every stage. Defect detected earlier. It's going to reduce waste and rework. It's going to improve customer satisfaction. It's going to improve consistent and reliable quality. It's going to bring consistent and reliable quality. It's going to make us be proactive in time of risk instead of being reactive. Solving problem. We are proactive now. We make provision for the risk management and continual improvement. So these are the results of implementing ISO. The takeaway here is this. A central idea of ISO is building quality into every process rather than trying to inspect quality into the finished product. That's the key of ISO 9001. So by applying process approach, PDCA cycle, listen again. By applying process approach, PDCA cycle, and risk-based thinking, organization prevent problems before they occur, and they improve efficiency, it reduce costs, and consistently deliver products and services that meet customer satisfaction. So that's the takeaway here. Let's move on to the next module. The next module is 7 quality management principle, QMPS. 7 quality management principle. So in this class, this lecture or this slide, we're going to learn the 7 quality management principle that form the foundation of ISO 9001:2015. We're going to understand how each principle contributes to organization success. We're going to apply the principle in real workplace situations. We're going to recognize how this principle improve customer satisfaction, operational efficiency, and continual improvement. Let's move on. These are the 7 principles here. The first principle is customer focus. Customer focus. That's the first principle. Customer focus. Organization depend on the customers. and therefore should understand current and future needs and meet the requirement and strive to exceed the expectation. That's the first thing. Creating value, meeting the expectation, exceeding the expectation of the customer. So the first quality principle is customer focus, not on profitability, but on the customer. The second principle is leadership. What is leadership? Leaders establish unity of purpose and direction. They create and maintain an internal environment in which people are engaged in achieving the organizational quality objectives. So you need the MDs, the CEOs, to back what you intend to do. The third thing is this: you cannot work in isolation. You must engage the people. So engagement of the people in terms of competence, empower and engage the people at all levels are essential to enhance organizational quality, capability to create and deliver value. So you need the people at all levels. The first thing is the process approach, which I've talked. We just look at now. Process approach is what? The consistent, the practicable results are achieved more effective and efficient when activities are understood and managed as interrelated processes. Then the fourth thing is to improve on what you have just done. We call it continuous improvement. And the fifth thing is to enhance based decision making. Decisions based on analysis and evaluation of data and information are more likely to produce desired results. And the last one, which is the seventh one, is for what? Is to sustain what you have achieved.
Hello?
Keep the momentum high. That's the last one. Hello, I can hear you.
Yeah.
Are you talking to me?
No, sir. No, sir.
Okay, let's move on. And if we do that, this will be the benefit. It's going to better customer satisfaction, improve performance, increase efficiency and effectiveness, engage and motivate. That's what's going to happen when you follow the benefit of applying the 7 principles. Now let's pick them one, but let's look at them. I've explained them before. Let's just look at them. Let's look at them again. The first one is customer focus. Organization depends on their customers. Therefore, they should understand current and future customer needs and see how they can meet it. Why customer focus matters? We want consistent purchase. You take our service, you come back, buy again. You want one recommendation. You want trust. That's why it matters. A dissatisfied customer may stop buying. They may leave negative reviews. They can damage organizational reputation. So that's it. Take, for example, the practical example, bottled water company. A bottled water company received complaint that some bottles leak during its transportation. Bottle leaks as a feedback. Label peel off when refrigerated. Caps are difficult to open. Action. What action are we taking? Improve the bottle cap design. Use waterproof label. Strengthen the packaging. Conduct transportation tests. And then it can also result in what? Complaint reduced by 80%. Customers are satisfied. Sales improve. So these are what happens. Other example can be hotel that we have seen. I've given an example before. Higher guest satisfaction, better online review. It increased what? It increased repeat booking because they are happy with your services. So that's about customer focus. The second one is leadership. You cannot do without authority. Responsibility of the leaders is to develop quality policy, is to set up quality objectives, is to allocate money, resources, human being, tools, equipment. These are resources. Is to communicate their expectation to all concerned. Is to encourage teamwork. Is to promote continual improvement. That is the responsibility of the leader. And I want to see from this practical example here. The managing director visits the production floor weekly. I remember there was a time I went to UBA. Some years ago. That time Tony Moli was still there. I saw him coming down I went to go and see somebody. He came down from the top floor where he was and came to the reception. I was talking with the receptionist. That is what is called management. That's what is called boss. It's not just in his top place there. He came down to the floor. And if you see people were actually taking responsibility. And that's what managing director does. So that thing will be at the back of the receptionist. MD can come down at any time. MD can come down at any time. We need to ensure we do the right thing. So that is managing director visit the production floor weekly, provide employee training, approve new special equipment, set targets, and then it's going to reduce defects. It's going to lead to productivity will be increased. Employee morale will be improved. These are what's going to happen. I hope you are following me. The same thing can apply to hospital management. The same thing applies to every other one want to do. Then principle 3, engagement of the people. Increase innovation. That's the benefit. Better teamwork. Faster problem solving. Higher employee satisfaction. Greater productivity. So the practical example is in the food processing environment. Worker noticed that packages are occasionally damaged during sealing. Can you mute your mic? Somebody is sure to mute their mic. Okay, thank you. So the company repaired the sealing machine, train operator, reward employee for improvement suggestion. So these are examples of engagement. And your staff will be happy. They want to contribute their quota. They want to drive the organization. They want to drive the business. They want to drive past the product. Then process approach. I've explained process approach before. You build in process. It has an input, that's a activity, processing activity. That's an input, and that's an output. Process approach, and can also get to the manufacturing sector. The improvement. Improvement may involve reducing waste. Reducing waste, we have a method called lean management. Increasing productivity, improve customer satisfaction, enhancing safety, lowering costs. You can use the improvement method, the PDCA. You can use CASI method. CASI method is a continuous improvement method. You can use root cause analysis. You can use the corrective action method. Employee suggestions. Customer complain about late deliveries. The company track delivery route using GPS. So any of these methods can be used to enhance improvement in the service. Then we have evidence-based decision making. Evidence-based decision making. That is to say, effective decisions are based on the analysis and evaluation of data rather than assumption or options. So organization collect information through customer feedback, audit report, production record, financial report, performance indicators, risk assessment, and then you work on those things to be able to ensure. And you can see different examples from this slide, which you can go on. You can go through that on your own. Then relationship manager, relationship with your customer, relationship with your customer, relationship with your vendor, with your supplier, with employee, with investor, with regulatory people, and with local communities. Very, very important. Now, let's look at this integrated case study. Applying 7 principles in a bottled water company. The first one is company. We put the first one is company background. That's the organization. Company background is Fresh Spring Water Limited produce 80,000 bottles of drinking water every day. That's the background. The challenges they are facing is customer complain about leaking bottles, frequent machine breakdown, rising production costs, poor communications with suppliers, low employee morale. So the company decided to implement the 7 qualities management principle. So the first one is the company survey customer and discovered that leakage during transport is the biggest concern. So what are they going to do? They want to improve on their cap design. They want to strengthen their packages. And because of what they are doing, complaint reduced by 75%. Let's move on. The second one is leadership. The senior management develop a quality policy, they set the objective and provide resources for training and development, the training and equipment. Result, what is the result? Employee understand quality goals and become more committed. That's it. Then engagement of the people. Employees are encouraged to suggest improvement. What way forward? Not just one-man job. One operator recommend adjusting the bottling filling machine to reduce overfilling. Result, the product waste decreases. Employee motivation increase. If I use a process approach, company map its production process supplier, water treatment, filtration, filling and capping, labeling, packing and distribution. Ability checks are introduced at every stage of the process. What will be the result? Defect are detected early. Rework is minimized. Is it okay? Then improvement aspect, we can use the PDCA cycle to improve the machine reliability. So we adopt the PDCA. In adopting the PDCA, the action is what? Schedule maintenance, preventive maintenance, monitor equipment performance, standardized maintenance procedure. What happens? Machine downtime is decreases. Then we can also work with evidence-based decision making. Production data show that most bottle leak occur on one filling line. So what action are we going to do? We inspect and calibrate that machine and train the operators on what to do. The result is that what? It's going to leakage rate drops significantly. Leakage rate drops what? Significantly. So these are what one can adopt. Then relationship, collaborate. The company collaborate with bottle cap suppliers. You can also collaborate with those people that supply the plastics to improve cap quality and delivery quality. So you are sharing quality specification with your suppliers, conducting supplier performance review, develop joint improvement plan. What will be the result? Better quality materials, fewer supply disruptions, and stronger long-term partnership. So these are the summary table here. We have the quality management principle, the 7 of them, the purpose and the practical example. Customer focus. Our focus is to meet and exceed customer expectation. What are the examples? Improve bottle cap after customer complaint. Leadership is to provide direction and resources. What is the practical example? Management fund training and new equipment. Engagement of the people. Purpose. Involve employee in quality improvement. Workers suggest machine adjustment that reduce waste. Process approach. Manage activity as connected processes. Inspect quality during every production stage, not just at the end. Improvement. Continuous enhance performance. Introduce preventive maintenance to reduce breakdown. They enhance based decision making. Based decision on fact and data. Use production data to identify cause of bottle leaks. The relationship with what? With the vendors, with the suppliers should be mutual, should improve to ensure that they're giving us better things, better quality materials, and that will help to reduce disruptions and co. Now, what is the key takeaway from these 7 keys? The key takeaways are the foundation of ISO 9000. Organizations that consistently apply this principle are more likely to deliver quality products and services, improve efficiency, reduce costs, strengthen stakeholder relationship, achieve sustainable long-term success. Together, this principle fosters a culture where quality is everyone's responsibility and continual improvement becomes part of everyday work operation. Is it okay? Do you have any question? You have question? Hi.
Hello.
Yes.
Okay, I have a question here. This, if you don't mind, if you can go back to the high-level structure. I don't seem to get it so well. And you said something about integrated.
Not long. It's fun. Huh? We have asked the question that time. Okay,
no, you said we should wait, but you said we should wait until you are ready to take questions.
Okay, well, I'm going back there.
High-level structures.
I'm going there. Okay, I'm there.
Okay, then you said an organization which want to is certified for ISO 9001, 14,001, and then I think there's 45,001. Instead of having them, I don't know if I heard you, instead of having all these 3 certification, there's a way that they can integrate all 3 and get 1 certification for all. I don't know if I got you well. I don't know.
What you are saying that the structures are the same.
Okay.
So instead of putting them one by one, if you want to get all of them together, you can do, all of them can be put together.
Okay, the same frameworks.
In the same framework, yes.
Okay. All right.
That's what they're saying.
Okay.
They just the structure are the same, but they're going to just be relating them. That this one is for environment, this one is for health and safety. This one, instead of having them one by one.
Okay, sir.
Okay, thank you. So let's move. Let's move on. So we have done seven. The third 7 principles. So we are going to module 4. Module 4. That's what we have. Understand the ISO 9001 2015 version, the clauses. So at the end of this module, participants will be able to understand the structure of ISO 9001 version 2015, explain the purpose of each clause, interpret the requirement of clause 4 to 10. I told you that 1 to 3 are just background, and apply the clauses in reorganization settings. Understand how the clauses work together to build an effective quality management system. That is what we want to look at now. Let's start. That will take us to 1 o'clock or to 1. Then we'll close for today. Let's start. These are the clauses. ISO 9001 2015 clauses. Detailed explanation with practical examples. ISO 9001 2015 version has 10 clauses structured under the PDCA cycle and risk-based thinking. I've explained that what is PDCA. I've explained what is risk-based thinking. So the first clause here is scope. The second one is where we have what is called the nominative references, terms and what? Terms and definitions, context of the organization, leadership, planning, 7.7 support, operation and performance, evaluation and improvement. So these are these. So the first one to define the scope. See, do you know one thing about a job? When you want to do something, you may not want to develop quality on the entire activity in the factory. Maybe what concerns you most is about how we produce our product. Maybe that's where you want to go to, or how we deliver, how our customer service alone to the customer. So the first thing you have to do is that you have to define the scope. In defining scope, you talk about inclusion and exclusion. Inclusion defines what we want to do, and exclusion are those things that even though they are there, but they are not part of this ISO 9001. That's the exclusion. So define the scope of the quality management system, including an exclusion also. A manufacturer company states its QMS apply to design, production, and delivery of mechanical parts. That's what their QMS is all about. That's what it's all about. Other things, the QMS does not cover it. So you define the scope. Then the second one is your normative references. Refer to the document that essential for the application of the standard. Refer to ISO 9001 quality management system, where you see the fundamental and the vocabularies. Then the third thing is what? Define the key terms used. Quality is the degree to which a set of inherent characteristics fulfill requirements. That means of quality. Then understand the organization and its context. See, the way we work in bottling company may be different from the way we work in what? In an oil and gas industry. But the concept applies in the two ways. But the nomenclature changes. The terms and the words and what you talk about differs. So what you have to understand is we have to understand the organization and its context. The organization and its context, needs, expectation of interested parties, and define their what and define the scope of the QMS. Very important. Then the next one, leadership. Top management communicate the quality policy and ensure quality objectives are aligned with business strategy. The sixth one is what? Planning. When you are planning, what are you doing? You address the risk, you look at the opportunities in it, quality objectives, and planning changes to achieve your QMS result. You come and define the risk like supply delays and set objectives to improve on-time delivery. Then the next one is support. You have to provide necessary resources for support. You need to get competency, you need to create awareness, you need to have proper communication channel, and to have good documentation documentation. Employee receive training. See, let me tell let me give one funny example. Some years ago, I have an opportunity to train a bank on risk management. And these are well-learned people. But as a result of the training, during the training period, I found out that most of the people in that training, even though they are well-learned, but they never need, they do not know the risk. They put the negative risk they put the organization into. Their own is not after target. Hey, they say we should make money. So they're after target. And as a result of that, there are a lot of terrible mistakes that they do. So it was, and it was as a result of that training that most of them even get aware that what they are doing, they should have been doing it. That's the beauty of training. Employee receive training. When you receive training, your horizon, your knowledge about what you are doing will be improved, and your awareness will be created, and you'll be able to do the right thing at the right time and apply the right tool for the right thing. So that's what called support. Provide resources, competence, awareness, communication, and documented information. Employee receive training. The company provides the right tools and procedure are documented. Then operation, that's the next one. Plans, control, improve process to meet customer requirement. A company control its production process, validate the equipment, ensure the product meets specification. Then performance evaluation. Monitor, measure, analyze, and evaluate performance through internal audit. Management review and customer feedback. The company conduct internal audits, review customer complaints to improve their QMS. Then improvement. Continuous improve the sustainability, adequacy, and effectiveness of the QMS. The company implement corrective action and seek opportunity to improve product and services. So when you do this, what is going to happen? It will improve your product quality and service quality. It will make the customer happy. It leads to better process and efficiency. It will reduce risk and compliance. It will give a stronger leadership and engagement. So these are benefits. Is it okay? I'm going to run. These are the clauses I've just mentioned now. Scope, requirement, no requirement. Normative, no requirement. Terms and definition, no requirement. But the requirements start from 4 to 10. The contents of what? Of the organization. There's a requirement. Leadership requirement. Planning requirement. Support need requirement. Operation need requirement. Performance evaluation need requirement. The improvement also need requirement. So these are the scope. The first one is scope. Clause 1. Scope explains what ISO 9000 is intended for. This thing want to do, what is it intended for? This thing want to implement, what is it intended for? What is it intended for? What's it intended for? What's it intended for? I get what I'm saying now. What's it intended for? The state that ISO data apply to any organization regardless of the size, industry ownership. Example, you can use hospital, university, bank, manufacturing company, government agency, NGO, hotel, common company. You can apply it. Bakery with 10 employees can implement ISO data just effective as what multinational company can also do. So it doesn't have limitation. Normative references. This clause identifies other standards that support ISO. The key reference here is what? The quality management system, fundamental vocabularies we use here, definition of quality terms, concept and principle, that what you put here, common vocabulary used throughout ISO 9000. If the time document information appears in ISO 9000, the detail means what? It's found in ISO 9000. That's what happens. If you have it in 9001, that means in the previous version. Clause 3. This clause provides what? A standardized definition to ensure everyone interprets ISO terminology consistently. Example of important terms are what? Quality, risk, process, customer satisfaction, what is non-conformity, what is corrective actions. And the essence of having these things is so that everybody knows what they're saying. When we say quality, we understand what is meaning of quality. When we say risk, we know what is called risk. When we say process, we know what is called process. When we say customer satisfaction, we know what is called customer satisfaction. So a leak bottled water container is not conformity because it fails to meet the requirement of proper set sealing. So when you say non conformity, what does it mean to your own organization? What does it mean to what you are doing? When you say corrective action, what does it mean to what you are doing? So these are what these terms are all about. Then we have the context of the organization. Context of the organization here is talking about organization must understand the internal and external factor that affect the ability to achieve quality objectives. This clause requires organization to identify internal issues, external issues, the interested parties, understand the interested parties, determine the scope of the QMS, identify organization process. And that's basically what happens. And we see the example in this, what you have here. External issue also can be from government, competitors, and co. Interested parties can be customer, employee, supply, investors. Interested parties, their needs. If it's an hospital setting, safe treatment, doctors, reliable equipment, government comply with health regulations, insurance company accurate billings, employee safe workplace. Determine the scope. The organization define which activity and location are covered by QM. I've said something to us. It's not sometimes the organization determine what aspect of the activities they want quality control for. It may not be the entire thing. So that's why you have to determine the scope. And then there must be leadership role. Leadership must demonstrate commitment to quality management system because they are the one that will sanction it. If they don't have the backing, there will not be result. So they come out with policy, they come out with objective, they define responsibility, they provide resources, and then they promote customer focus. That's what they do. Clause 6 is about planning. It's about planning. The organization plan to achieve a quality objective while addressing risks and opportunities. So the requirement include what? Risk assessment, opportunity identification, and quality objectives. A practical example is what you see here. A bottled water company identified the following risk. Risk, supplier failed to deliver bottle cap on time. The potential impact is that it's going to delay production, miss customer orders. Actually, what are we going to do? We approve a second supplier. We maintain a safety stock. We monitor supply performance monthly. So these are planning. I want to have planning. Quality objective example is what you have here. Objective and target. Reduce customer complaint. You create a KPI in this format. KPI stands for key performance indicator. Quality objective example is that I want to reduce customer complaint by 40%. I want to increase customer satisfaction by 95%. I want to reduce production waste by 20%. I want to improve on-time delivery by 90%. As you are doing this, is the leadership concern now to provide the resource to achieve this objective? That's what the leadership will do. They need to provide the resource to achieve this objective. Then clause 7, support. The organization must provide the resources needed for an effective QMS. And what are the resources I've said? People, infrastructure, work environment, equipment, competency, and awareness. You may have people, you may have infrastructure, But are they aware by the people that you have those things? Is the environment conducive? Are the equipment there? Even though you have the equipment, are people around to are people there to manage the equipment, the competency? And they have the skill, they have the capability, they have the knowledge to handle the equipment. That's what it's called support. Competency, example. A laboratory technician cannot operate new testing equipment. The organization should provide training, assess competence after training, authorize the technician only after demonstrating proficiency. And these are what happens when you're talking about support. Then clause 8 is about operation. Operation, clause 8 control how product and service are designed, produced, and delivered. How they are designed, produced, and delivered. That's what operations is all about. Cover customer requirements, design, development, purchasing, production, service delivery, identification and traceability, preservation, release of product, control of non-conformity output. And this is also an example of furniture here. You can go through that much later on the slide. I'm going to give you the slide later. Then we have non-conformity output, control non-conformity output. Then clause 9 is about performance evaluation. Organization monitor and evaluate the effect of QMS. That's what happens here. You measure performance, you monitor customer satisfaction, you conduct internal audit, you hold the management review meetings. Then customer satisfaction example also you see happening. And the last one is improvement clause. You don't say because I've achieved my goal, you stop. No. Organization continually improve the suitability and adequacy and effectiveness of their QMS. This includes managing non-conformity and implementing all corrective actions, and then driving continual improvement. To drive continual improvement. That's what happens. You look. A customer complaint. You look at the root cause of what happened. You create an action plan to be able to achieve the goal, and so you can be able to ensure that you decrease the complaint to about 5% or 0.5% if it's possible. Is it okay? Now let me summarize the table here on the clauses. I want to summarize the table on the clauses. Number 1, the scope is about organization of any size or sectors. Apply to organization of any size or sectors. The second one, is understand the quality terminology you have in the previous version. The third clause is about terms and definition, define concepts as non-conformity and corrective actions. The fourth one is about context of the organization, identify customer, supplier, regulators, risks, and organizational scope. The fifth one is leadership, their role. They establish quality policy, quality procedures, quality SOPs, objective, and provide resources. Scope 6, planning, assess risk, identify opportunity, and set smart quality objectives. Then we have support, provide competent people, infrastructure, equipment, communication, document information. Operation is to control production and service delivery from customer requirement to final output. Then performance evaluation is to measure performance through audit, KPI, customer feedback, and management reviews. And the last one is continuous improvement, which is clause 10. You share your wins, share your knowledge, monitor your continuous improvement, and that's what you do. So what is the key takeaway here? The key takeaway here, number 1, ISO 4 to 10 form a complete management system. Clause 4 define the organizational environment and process. Clause 5 provide leadership and direction. Clause 6 plan for risk and opportunity and objective. Clause 7 supply the necessary resource and support. Clause 8 control day-to-day operations. Clause 9 measure and evaluate performance. Clause 10 ensure continual improvement. Can use Kazi method. For your Kazi method is a Japanese method of what? maintain improvement. Together, these clauses create a structure, a risk-based, a customer-focused quality management system that help organizations consistently deliver products and services that meet customer and regulatory compliance while delivering long-term business success. Is it okay? Hello?
Aye. You are listening, sir.
Any question here? Any question? So it's okay, I should continue.
Okay, continue, sir.
Okay, let's move on. Now, the next one is process approach. I've explained it, but let us look at it in depth here now. I've mentioned it before, but we can look at it in depth. What is process approach? It's one of the 7 quality principles of ISO 9001 version 15, version 2015. It's where you have, it has input, activity, and output. And what we are saying in this concept is that every activity that is involved in creating a product, you should factor quality into it. That's what it's all about. Everything you are doing from the beginning to the end, factor quality into it. The process approach, one of the 7 quality approaches, as I've said, it means managing an organization as a system of interrelated or interacting process rather than what a separate department. So a process series of activities that transform input to output to create value for customers. So a simple formula is what? Input, activity, and output. Raw material, manufacture, process, finished product. So every organization has processes. Whether it realizes it, it releases, whether it releases it or not, ISO 9001 encourage the organization to identify the process, manage them, measure them, and continually improve on these processes. Why is process approach important? Organizations often operate through departments such as purchasing department, production department, sales department, finance department, HR department, customer service department. So if each department works independently, problem can arise. So the process approach ensures that departments work together towards a common goal. And then if that happens, it's going to improve efficiency, it's going to reduce waste, it's going to reduce errors, it's going to improve communication, it's going to enhance customer satisfaction, it's going to make performance measurable, and it's going to support continual improvement. And that's what we can see in this example. A customer order 1,000 bottles of water. Several departments must work together. True or false? The answer is true. The sales, the purchase, the production, the quality control, the warehouse, logistics, and customer. So if any process fails, the customer may receive a late or defective order. And that's it. So that's why we have to factor them into element of the process. Every process has common element. The input, resources required, can be raw material or customer order. Activities, work performed, manufacturing, inspection. Output, result produced, finished product. Resources can be equipment, people, software, can even be money, machine or trained staff. Process owner, person responsible, production management. Customer, receive output, internal department, external customer. Performance indicator, what you use to measure your success. Defect rate, delivery time. Let's look at a practical example from here. Let's look at a practical example. We are picking a restaurant as an example now. Restaurant. The input is what? Fresh ingredient. Customer order, the chef and the kitchen equipment. What are the activity? Prepare ingredients, cook the food, plate meals, serve customer. What is that food? Prepare meal. Customer request restaurant guests. The KPI here is that what? The duration for getting the food ready. And is the customer satisfied? Number of complaints. The process mapping here is what? A process mapping is a visual representation of how work flows from one activity to another activity. You can see it on this chart here. So the benefit is that It shows how work is performed. It identifies what? The bottleneck. It clarifies responsibility. It improves communication. It simplifies training, and it support process improvement. And that's what you can see. This is what another example here is recruitment process, which is also interrelated, which also one of the example one can also use. So interaction process, the interaction process do not operate independently. So the output from one process becomes the output for another. Furniture manufacturing, this is how you see it here. The supplier, the purchasing, the warehouse, the production, inspection, the package, distribution, and customer get to the customer. So if purchasing order have a poor quality wood, it will affect production. And then it will produce, the production cannot produce quality what? Furniture. This is how they relate. Then we have process owners. What is process owner? Every process should have a responsible person as process owner. Very important. A process owner manages the process. He monitors the performance. He solves the problem, improve efficiency, and meet objectives. For example, recruitment, for example, the process owner can be HR manager. Purchasing, process can procurement manager. Production manager. Sales manager. Customer service manager. We should be able to have somebody who can hold accountable at each process. There should be somebody who can hold accountable at each process. And these are the we call process owner. This is an example of a bakery. The input, the activity, the output, and the customer. So you need to understand what is the input, the output, and help identify opportunity for improvement. Then the KPI is what is to measure whether we are doing well, whether there are defects, whether there are challenges, whether the customer is how do you score the customer, how does the customer scores, whether we are delivering on time, or whether the employee turnover rate is high. So these are why we use the KPI. KPI measure processes using key performance indicators that organization use to measure processes. And this example here, a bottled water company measure bottle produced per hour, percentage of defect bottles, customer complaint, production downtime, delivery accuracy. So this measurement help and improve opportunities. That's what happens. So the risk in process approach, every process risk that should be identified and controlled. And that's very important. And that's the work of the process owner to do. Then you work on you do a continuous improvement process. Organization should continue to improve the process by eliminating unnecessary steps. If there are too much bureaucracy and they are not giving us results, is there any way we can reduce it? Because can we automate them? Can we automate them? Can we train the staff? Can we use modern technology? Can we monitor the performance? Can we conduct internal audit? And we can see the example of a courier service there, using GPS and data signatures. And it's also an example of a water bottling company, mapping the process mapping. This process analysis here, from the input down to what? To the output. And these are KPIs, production volume, defect rate, this is what you can use to measure. Customer complaint, downtime, water quality test result. So the input, what you can factor as input and output. Hello?
Hello.
Hello? Are we still there?
We are yes. We are yes, sir.
I know we are adults. We're getting tired. I will soon end the class. This example with bank loan approval and university admission also. Can go through that much later. This is a typical case study of a bottled water limited. What was social wear before ISO 9001. And then when we now apply process approach, what we did now, we extend the affectation of this before. Result after applying the process approach that quality monitor throughout the production, defect detect earlier, it improves customer satisfaction, it reduces waste, it lowers operating costs, and give a better on-time delivery performance. That's the benefit. What is the summary here? What's a summary for the class for this slide? The summary here is this. The process approach the foundation of ISO 9000 because it ensures organization manage work as a series of connected activities rather than isolated tasks. So by understanding process input, activities, output and owner, risk and performance indicator, organization can build quality into every stage of the operations. So the bottle water company example demonstrates this clearly. Instead of waiting on the end to inspect finished bottles, quality is controlled from supplier selection through water treatment, filling, capping, labeling, packaging, and distribution. This proactive approach prevents defects, it reduces waste, it improves efficiency, and consistently delivers products that what that meets customer expectation. Let me digress a little bit. If you want to get a bidding, a contract bidding from any of these governments, and the bidding going to maybe millions of naira, maybe 200 million, 20 million, because they want someone that they can trust and they can do the job. They will ask for bank guarantee. They will ask for bank guarantee. When they ask for bank guarantee, what are they asking for? The bank guarantee they're asking for here is basically to things that can actually what that they can put in place that can from the supplier end. The bank guarantee is mitigating risk. The bank guarantee is giving them confidence that you are reliable. Not only ask for bank guarantee, they also ask to tell them areas you've done the same thing before. Areas you probably show them. I'll give you a practical example. So you show them those areas, and that's from the supplier. So you are mitigating from the supplier point. Before eventually now go to the written, and then now look at the approach you want to use. So this is our work process approach that ISO can factor into ISO. Is it okay?
Okay.
Any question?
Yeah, my question. My name is Aino Sunday. Yeah, my question here is
Sunday.
Yes. My question here is that, are you saying that in practical, that means everything, all our processing must be documented? Must be
yes
paperwork?
Yes. You see, if you document your project, if you document your activity, it will be easier. That's the best method. It will be easier. If you are not there, somebody else can pick up your job. Somebody else can pick up the job. I'm trusting. Somebody else can pick up the job. Somebody can do what you're doing. So they call it. I've worked in a place before many years ago. It's an Israeli company. Every department has to develop their SOP. What are you doing? What you do? Tell us what you are doing in your department. Tell us what you are doing from the beginning to the end. Each one like that. And then it helps to manage activities. And then it also helps to be able to ensure continuity and improvement. If it's too bureaucratic, it's too strong, they can reduce the process if you know what you are doing. So it's in practical terms, is the best way of doing it. It's the best practice. But the issue is that most of what we don't do, the most in practice, in reality, it's not happening. But that was supposed to be, especially if you want to I get ISO 9000 and any ISO at all, you must have a structure of how you do things, because they will tell you. They must have a structure. They must how you do things must be clearly stated and must be explicitly defined. So it is. Sunday, are you see there? Another question. Sunday has gone out. Maybe network of this has taken away Sunday. Any question? Okay, there's no question. I'm going to ask question. That's what I have to do for now, because we're going to stop here for today. The question I'm going to ask is this. Can you tell me the evolution of ISO quality management? Sorry, my quality management evolution started what date?
1947.
Oh yeah, now.
1947.
1947. What is the era? And what era are we now?
That era was inspection era. The era that we're in now is ISO 9001 2015 version.
Thank you. Now, what the benefit of continuous improvement in quality management? What the benefit of continuous improvement in quality management? What the benefit?
Some of them, I may not be able to name all, but some of them are.
Just mention 1, 2.
We meet customers' requirement. We're able to meet legal and regulatory requirement. We also, our reputation is built. We standardize our processes and systems. Those are the ones I can remember.
Nice one. Thank you. Thank you. That's how I have to give you the class. You have to take over the class. Thank you. I love it. Nice one. Now, the next question I'm going to ask is, what is the function of PDCA in quality management? What is the function of PDCA in quality management? What is the function of PDCA in quality management? I don't want Gannett to talk again now. Somebody should talk. Oh, yeah. Let's make it snappy. Our time is going. I want to end the class exactly by what? By 1 or before 1. What is PDCA? How can we apply PDCA? What is PDCA? And how can we apply PDCA? Okay, anybody can talk. Some of us are, maybe it's after we have gone through the slide over and over for David to recap. Oh yeah, anybody can talk.
PDCA is
what is PDCA?
It's an acronym for plan, do, check, and act. It's a framework that we use to improve our quality systems, as the case may be. When we decide to improve an aspect of our operation, or we get feedback from our customers, we have to define what we especially want to plan for that improvement aspect, that aspect that we want to improve. We plan for it. Then the next thing, having defined what we want to plan, we now do it, implement that improvement process. We do it. Then we put system in place. We try to check whether those improvements that were put in place are really working. Then we have to keep doing what we standardize it, and then we keep implementing it. I think that's a faint idea of what it is. Maybe if we go through, we understand it better. We'll go to talk.
Thank you again. You have done wonder. Thank you. I love that. See the point we have in Nigeria today is that most of the time we have good policy, but we never act. We plan, we do, we check, we never act. I'm talking about the government. Take for example, look at this CNG that's going on. It's kind of a palliative to reduce commuters' movement, the price of transportation. But do you know that most commercial vehicles, I'm talking about Lagos now, I don't know where some of us are, especially most of them are having this, they're using CNG now, and it's working for them. But they're making the money into their pocket. The masses are about to enjoy the transportation fare, as if they're paying for fuel. That's the reason, because the government that does not introduce, they're not acting, they're not checking. Is the people actually benefiting from this CNG? And that's it. I remember during the time of Idiagbon and Buhari regime, whenever they call that their senior law government agency, whenever they make a decision, the second day you see Idiagbon on the road implementing it. The moment you go to one or two places, the whole Nigeria is already what? They're already afraid. Oh, you can come to our place, so this and that. And at that time, Operation Kai is very, very strong. You cannot throw it anywhere because somebody is assumed Idiagbon by your side. And the practical sense, it's not by your side. The issue is that he has enforced it somewhere else. So the more in quality management also, even though you plan, you do, you check, you act. When you're acting, it can be of two different ways. You are taking it back, you're getting a feedback, and you're going back to ask your question, is it working? And if it's working, you're also acting to make sure that it's working in a better way. It's giving you results. You're improving on it. You're not sitting where you're improving on it. And that's it. That's what PDCA, that is a framework. And it's not only in quality management, it cut across many best practices. It's in project management, it's in occupational health and safety, in many services like that. Is it okay? If you have any, I will have said our time is going, we have about 7 minutes to go. And I know we have a lot of things to do. And we have just planned this segment for this particular period. So I don't want to take much of our time. So what I'm going to do next is this. This slide I'm using is different from the slide I've sent to some of us. So I'm going to send out this slide. I'm going to put it on the platform. A platform means on the WhatsApp platform. So you can go through it on your own. And then we also have a good one of our students here, one of our participants here. He's also helping us to record what I've said so far. So it will also be, we're going to send that to you also. So I'm going to send this slide. This is the slide about 200 something slide. I'm going to send it to us on the platform. If it does not go to the platform, I'll put in the Dropbox. And I'll send a link. So I can be able to go through there. We'll stop at module 6. But from before next class, if you have time, you can go beyond module 6. So that when we come, it's more or less be an interactive class. Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Okay,
and
sir.
God bless you. So we're gonna meet by the grace of God next at the same time at 10 o'clock. We're going to conclude. Some people are going to be in this class, don't you? I don't know why they not come. And this is the introductory part of the class, and there are more than this in the class. I don't know. There's some Olusegun and Co. is not here. I can't find them here. Maybe they're here. They are silent. So there's people that are not here, but I will still communicate. I don't know why they're not here. So we're going to meet next time at the same time by 10 o'clock by the grace of God next Saturday. And then please, if you have enough time, I'm going to put this on the platform. Go through it again if you have enough time. And then we'll talk more about the exam next class. Next, I'll talk more about the exam. I'll tell you what I need from you. And then then we'll now plan out to register you for the exam. Thank you and God bless you. Enjoy your weekend.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.